Hey guys, Jeff here with Profit Dig. Hope everyone had a great Christmas and a happy New Year. We here at Profit Dig, we're here to sell and promote a product, but we're also here to try to help you to be the best construction company you can possibly be. We want to try to give you little tips and hints along the way, stuff that you may come across or stuff that you may not think about, especially if you're a new contractor that's up and coming. Depending on how your company's structured, some people have project managers / estimators. One guy or multiple guys with the same role does the same thing. They go in, they estimate your work, and then when they're awarded a job, they also project manage that work. And it's up to them to make sure that the estimate they gave, that they can bring that job in at budget or under budget. Of course, it's always better to come in under budget. That's the goal, is to increase your bottom line, your profitability. Some companies are structured where they have estimators, and then those jobs are then given off to project managers, and that's where it gets a little bit tricky. If you are structured that way, you've got to be up front. If you're a project manager, when you turn that job over to if you're an estimator, you got to be up front with your project manager when you turn that job over to them. They've got to be able to know what your production rates are, what you've put in that project, and because at that point, it becomes their task to bring it in at budget or under budget. And sometimes that's tough. And a lot of times it's a good idea to use an estimator to get them involved in estimating. Let them look at the drawings, look at the job you're working on, and hey, if you were to project manage this job, what kind of production rates would you think you would need to get this job put in? Because at the end of the day, it's their job to make that job profitable, not yours. You give the best guess you can possibly give to win the bid, and hopefully they can make money at it. So my opinion would be get those people involved as far as your project managers go on the bidding stage to help you to create a bid that they would feel comfortable with when you give them that job, to where it's a fair opportunity for them to have the right manpower, the right equipment, and the right knowledge to bring that in and to make a good profit for the company they work for. So guys, I guess what I'm saying is, don't leave your project manager in the dark. If you're an estimator, don't hand them over a job that is a good chance it may not make money or make them look bad. So if that's the way your company's structured, please get them involved up front and make sure you're both on the same page before you turn that job over to them.
Hey Jeff.
Yes sir.
What about the idea of estimators being the project managers? Is that done? Is it a good idea?
Yeah,
bad idea?
That's the way I've been done my whole life. I've never turned a job over, and so that kind of does away with the finger point. When it comes time to estimate a project, I'm the estimator, and when I'm awarded that project, I'm also the project manager. I know what my crews can do. I know what their capabilities are, and do I make money on every job? Of course not. There's always, one or two jobs you're going to lose money on, but there's also a lot of jobs that I'm going to come in under budget and increase my profit margin, sometimes by 10 to 20%. So it comes down to experience, working in different areas, downtown areas, rural areas, whatever it may be. Maybe it's residential type work you're doing. I don't know what your scope of work is or what you may be doing, but your production is always going to vary depending on each individual project. So you got to know what crew is going to best suit that job, and you've always got that crew in mind. But when you're estimating, you need to be a little more reserved, because that crew that you envision doing this job may not be available. They may be on another project. So you have to kind of keep that in mind and kind of be a little bit conservative, to where if another crew has to step in that may not get the production that you would like to have, but they can still make it profitable. So yeah, to answer your question, Jerry, it's very common, and in my opinion, that should be the only way it's done.
So is the typical path there, you start as project manager and then move to estimator? Or is there a...
Well, There again, it's going to vary depending on your experience. You know, when you go into that estimating role, if I'm going to be an estimator, I would hope I've got several years field experience, so I'm going to know what my production is. And so, in my opinion, I'd rather see a guy that's spent 10, 15 years out in the field putting work in to come into the estimating side of it, because he's going to know real life, you know, like what it's going to take to get this project put in, and he should be very capable of also project managing that, because when you're in the field working, if you're a foreman or a superintendent, you've been managing those projects from the get-go anyway. So what you're doing now is you're managing from a monetary perspective instead of a workforce perspective.
So having that field experience makes you a better estimator.
Yes, in my opinion, yes, it does. Yeah. Because if you don't know what it takes to get that job in, which that's where field experience comes, then you don't have any experience. You don't have any reason to be estimating to begin with. Hey guys, as always, we appreciate you tuning in, and please like and share our videos and subscribe. Like I said, we're here. We're going to continue to give little helpful hints and tips here along the way, and we'd love to see y'all participate with us and let us know what you think about it.